Hey guys, so this is a new thing for me to try. We're going to see what we can do with using this little recording tool and Paint to see if I can go through the notes with you. So hopefully you have your notes from 15.2 that it's on the back of the page that we started on Friday. So you can have that and you can kind of fill it in. If you understood 15.1, then 15.2 is not going to be very difficult. It's very similar. It's just division, and whenever you're looking at fractions, multiplication and division are very, very similar. One thing that we have to know, though, is what a reciprocal is. So the reciprocal is of a fraction. Oh, sorry, I should say opposite. It's the reciprocal is the opposite of a fraction. Let's type that in correctly this time. So all you do is you switch the, bear with me, numerator and the denominator. So it's pretty easy to do that. So for this one, the example 2/5, it would just become 5/2. So this example 2x squared minus 3 over x plus 4. The new numerator would be x plus 4 over 2x squared minus 3. Now if you have a whole number, like x plus 2 here, it would just be 1 over x plus 2, because in a whole number the denominator is 1 even though it's invisible. So whenever we go to divide rational expressions, this should say flip and after the and should say multiply. So if we're trying to divide a over b divided by c over d, then that would be a over b times d over c. So just like yesterday, or on Friday, it would be AD over BC. So whenever we're doing some of these other examples down here, after you flip and multiply, then you're going to factor and simplify. So if we're going to do 2 over x divided by 3 over x, we're only going to flip the second fraction. We leave the first one alone. So this would be 2 over x times x over 3. And if we were going to cancel like we learned to do, to divide out those factors of 1, the x's would cancel, and that would leave us with just 2/3. So for the next example, we leave our first one alone. So we have x plus 1 over x plus 2. And we're going to change it to times, and we're going to flip the second one, x plus 3 over x minus 1. When we multiply, we don't have anything that we can actually cancel here, so we would just leave it completely like it is. For the next ones, we keep the first one, so 4 over x squared minus 7x. Remember, change it to multiplication and then switch it. So then we have x squared minus 49 over 28x. Now hopefully you see that there are some factors in here that we can do. So let's say this x squared minus 7x, hopefully you saw that it has a GCF of x, so we can take out the x and that would leave us with x minus 7. Sorry, that's really sloppy. In the numerator over here, that's a difference of squares. Hopefully you saw that as well. So this would become x plus 7 times x minus 7. And 28 we can change to 4 times 7 and still have our x. And now we have some common factors we can divide out. So we can divide out this 4 and this 4, and this x minus 7 and this x minus 7. So that would leave us with x plus 7 over 7x squared, because we have this 7 here, this x, and this x. For the last one, so again, we keep the first one just like it is. Change it to multiplication and switch the second one. So we need a factor. X plus 1 doesn't factor. X squared minus 1 is a difference of squares. So we have x plus 1 times x minus 1. And this one would factor to x minus 1 times x minus 1. It is a trinomial square. So now we can divide out our common factors. So we have x plus 1, and we can either do this x plus 1 or this one, it doesn't matter. And then we have an x minus 1 and an x minus 1. So then our final answer would be x minus 1 over x plus 1 from this factor and this factor. I hope that makes sense. Feel free to send me remind messages if you have questions. And we will go over some of these questions on Wednesday, because it'll be part of the review. This test only has these 2 sections, so it shouldn't be too difficult. But we can you can ask me questions if you're going to work on it tomorrow or whenever, and if not, you can ask me questions in class on Wednesday. Hope to see you then. Bye.